Oh, hi there guys, fancy seeing you here on a tripod. Now, I have been gone for quite a while. In my previous video, I promised there to be more videos and that didn't happen. If you haven't checked out my previous video, it was a big update video to be honest with you, then go and check that one out and then it will hopefully bring you up to this exciting video. But before I reveal to you my new car that I've had since last year, which obviously I've kept quiet because I've disappeared from the face of the earth and YouTube for that matter. I made some big life changes. Basically, I've moved back in with my parents, so you can read between the lines there. My head's a bit clearer. Hopefully I can feel a bit more normal because I'm now back to having a bit more of a purpose in my life, aka filming YouTube videos. I feel like it's worthy of me to now make my comeback. Ta-da! Now, with buying any new car, obviously it's an old used car, there is a story, and this car does have a story with it. This car was never meant to enter my life. I was never looking for this car. It just happened. But today, I can't be asked to keep you guys hanging any longer. Let's show you the car. Let me stand in front of the car looking all pretty and excited because this car is mega sexy. It's well spec'd. I bought it mega cheap. And although I've never wanted one of these cars, I've had a couple of this brand. I thought this car was common as hell. It's actually not, especially with what this car has on it. So it is actually a rare version of this, what was common car, which isn't anymore, it seems. Let's show you the car, guys. I hope you like it. I really do like this one. Let's show you. Oh, guys, I hope you like this one as much as I do. So here is the new car, which I've had since September 2024. So this, as by the looks, is a Mark IV Golf, but it's not just a Mark IV Golf. This is actually a Mark IV Golf GTI. Now, the GTIs, it seems, came out of a few different engines. I believe this is the quickest one. So this is the 1.8T, T standing for turbo, and this, I guess, from the factory would have produced 180 horsepower. I guess it's lost a few horses since then. It's got my private plate on, of course, but this is actually a 2003 53-year car in silver. And if you can't tell already, and if you're not a VW fan, like I'm kind of not, this is actually dressed in some very tasty exterior anniversary parts. So a little bit of a story time now as to how I ended up accidentally buying this car. The job I've been at currently, I've been there since April 2024. When I started the job, there was a car in a car park, and I inquired with some of my fellow colleagues, and I was like, does anyone here by any chance own this car in the car park? And then some guy said, yeah, it's mine. And basically, the previous owner had owned this car for 20 years, and he actually bought it from a dealership used, I believe, but he actually bought the car with all the anniversary bits on. He then was going to go and buy his first brand new car. He knew that I showed interest in this car and said how nice it looked. He then had his brand new car on order, and he needed to basically get rid of this car. This car was actually coming up to needing a new MOT. So he said to me, Amber, if you're interested, I'm going to put it through an MOT. And if it fails, there'll be a price for if it fails. And if the car goes through and does a straight pass, it'll be a more expensive price if it passes. I didn't know the price that he wanted for this car at all. Sure enough, the chap put it through an MOT, and good for me, it failed, but it didn't fail badly. So lucky for me, the car failed. Oh, what a shame. I'm going to have to buy it for the cheaper price out of the two, although I didn't know what the higher price was going to be. Lucky for me, I worked for a motor factory, so I was able to buy the parts cheap. It didn't fail horrendously at all. So I managed to supply and buy the parts on the cheap because of where I work. My brother's a mechanic, so I supplied the parts. My brother fitted the parts for a cheap labour rate as well. And the car never failed its MOT horrendously. It was just a CV boot, so we decided to do the whole drive shaft. My brother said it would be easier. I think it was some tie rods, maybe a ball joint or two. And with that, I bought the car. Don't get me wrong, I paid more for the car than scrap value, because obviously when a car doesn't have an MOT, you can be like, oh, well, technically it's scrapped, it's not a roadworthy car. But I didn't pay scrap value for this car. But with an MOT, I know what this car owes me, and it's mega cheap. So I am very, very happy with what I bought this car for sure. Before we get into the rest of this video, as you can see, my new car is currently wearing one of my private regs, the DISU plate, of course, and doesn't this plate suit this car? Now, these plates were kindly supplied by NF Plates. They have supported me and my YouTube channel before, and I actually had these plates sat on the side of my house all packaged up before they actually went on the car. So I will show you my reaction to me unpackaging these plates, now. Sorry to cut into this reveal video, but a new car of course means it needs to be treated to a new set of number plates. In here, still sealed, are my number plates from NF Plates. Here they are. Oh yes, in bubble wrap. Oh yeah, these look, oh these are smart. What I've gone for is a set of the 3D gel. Oh, these look lush. Look at that. So obviously that's the rear. These are so nice. Oh, yes. And the front one. Oh, these are wicked. I've never had a set of 3D, 4D pressed plates before, but yeah, these are the 3D gel, as I say, from NF Plates. Oh, these look so nice. So next step is, I've got some nice VW plate surrounds to go on a GTI from when I had a VW years and years ago. So guys, it goes without saying, if you want to go and support a small business, which you're kindly supporting my small YouTube channel, then of course go and check out NF Plates for any of your 3D, 4D road legal plates. They are giving my audience a lovely generous discount code to use, so that'll be on the screen now. Their website will be on the screen now, and their website will also be linked in the description to this video. So guys, let's show some support to NF Plates for supporting me and my. Doesn't this 3D gel plate really suit the old dubber? Thanks, NF Plates. So as always guys, if you're a loyal viewer of my channel, we've done a few of these car reveals before, so I am going to put you guys in my hand. We're going to do a walk around because it is a 2003, an old car. I will do another video of everything that's wrong with my Golf GTI, but for now let's do a kind of loose walk around of the car, show you all the anniversary goodies, because oh my god, this car is so sexy. Let's get to it. Let's just do the walk around and show you, because it's beautiful. I lied guys, you're not in my hand just yet for an actual walk around, but I must add, this car I assume from the factory was spec'd with a rare little pack, and it's very beneficial to me, its current owner. This Golf GTI has actually got a winter pack, so what I believe that consists of is we have the headlight washer jets. I don't think these are xenon lights. If you think they are and I'm wrong, then obviously comment in the comments below please. This car also consists of one of my favourite things, which I've only had on a handful of cars, and I've owned a lot of cars guys. We've got the heated seats, but I'll show you the interior in a minute. And apparently I think the winter pack might mean it has heated washer jets. Again, I'm not 100% sure, let me know in the comments below. So I think that's the winter pack covered, headlight washers, the heated seats, possibly heated washer jets. The car has climate control. I don't know if that's part of the winter pack or just part of it being a GTI. But anyway, walk around, let's go. So my 2003 53 plate Mark IV Golf GTI 18T turbo 180 horsepower, wearing the full anniversary body kit with the wheels. So starting from the front, we've just covered over my amazing private plate with the 3D gel from NF Plates. So the anniversary kit, let's talk about that first. It comes with this bottom spoiler. Now people fit this as an aftermarket part, and usually it comes in the plastic colour. This is actually already colour matched in the silver, so a proper job there. So it really adds to the front there, like a body coloured splitter. Oh, looks so good. Don't know what colour name the silver is. Again, if any of you guys know, let me know in the comments below. But it is a very bright silver, and obviously being a silver car, yes, the car's obviously got scratches and marks, but it doesn't show them off too much because the car's silver. We'll start with the wheels first, and unfortunately they do suit the car. They're in very bad condition. From about 15 feet they look great. From a distance they look great basically. Up close they're awful, but let's show you them anyway. So here we have, if I just stoop down, we have the 18-inch anniversary BBS wheels in silver. I believe when these would have been brand new and in much better condition, these were like a polished silver. I guess the polished look has kind of gone over the years, and they're still kind of silver to match the car. With these wheels being BBS anniversary wheels, they did come with the centre caps, but the previous owner said he had 2 stolen, and when I bought the car there were 2 centre caps on and 2 centre caps missing. So for the time being the car is wearing none of those centre caps, and they're very expensive to replace as well, being a rare VW loot item. So I might get some smaller little BBS centre caps for the middle there. Carrying on with the anniversary kit then, we get the kind of side skirts here. Again, proper job, body coloured and all that. Also, one of the things I have done since the car's been in my ownership is an advisory was the 2 rear tyres. Just got 2 new rear tyres on, budget ones admittedly. It will need 2 fronts soon, and it also had a wheel alignment because the tracking was a bit off, and because my brother had been in there messing with steering components, tyre rods, drive shafts, etc. So going on to the rear then, more anniversary goodies. We've got the kind of rear bumper extension, I'm going to call it, at the bottom here. That's all in silver. And then I think this spoiler is also anniversary, because I don't think the GTIs actually came with a spoiler, which is really rubbish. Cool thing about this is, when you open the boot, there's a little cutout for the aerial to kind of rest in. I mean, how cool is that? And also, my dad said this, and he is definitely not a German car fan, but he said back in the day, cars, hot hatches, fast cars, would make one letter red to show it was a performance edition. Now, obviously, I have a red eye, which means mine is the quickest GTI, which it is, being 180 horsepower. I'm actually a massive fan of the standard GTI lights on this car, the smoked midsection. Yeah, you can get clear rears and aftermarket rear lights, but I actually really like the standard ones. You gotta love the stance. So I don't know what size wheels the GTIs would have come with, but the GTI wheel from standard is just really ugly, and the car hasn't been lowered as far as I'm aware, and these 18-inch anniversary wheels really give the car just the stance it needs. The car isn't on spaces or anything. I might lower it a little bit because there is a bit of arch gap, but with the car being in silver, the silver wheels, I know they need a refurb, but this car just really suits the anniversary kit on it, and I'm lucky, really lucky that it's got it. Just a fun fact, I have actually owned a couple of VWs in the past. I owned an ex-British Gas VW Caddy Maxi for my job at the time. I've also had a Mark III Golf GTI, which I thought was actually rubbish. It looked good, but it wasn't quick. And upon buying this car, I obviously YouTubed it, and people were slagging this car off, and it then put me off buying it, kind of thing. But because the car was cheap and it looked great, I thought I'll have it anyway. And coming from other hot hatches, mainly a Baths, and I've had 180 horsepower Baths before. This being 180, it's the same fastness as previous fast cars I've had as such, albeit obviously probably a bit slower because it's an older car now. But this car, being a turbo, it's definitely quick enough for me. Another little thing I will say actually is I nearly bidded on last year a Seat Leon Cupra R, probably the rival for this car, I would have thought, but they're just another nice looking car, obviously a hot hatch. I think if this car didn't have the anniversary bits on, it might not have appealed to me and I might not have bought it. And now I own this car, I have been kind of trying to see what the prices of these cars are, if there's any available on the market, and it seems like they've kind of disappeared. I see a lot of the diesel variants around, but not a lot of these GTI red eye, I'm going to say the 180 horsepowers. So what probably was quite a common sight on the roads just isn't anymore. And because I am now a V-dubber and all that, and because of how this car looks, I do tend to be getting more looks in this car, which you'll see I'm all about that. So just as I've bought the car, it looks so good. The stance is epic, and that's all thanks to the anniversary wheels and the kit. And it just really makes this car special. Now, obviously, proper VW true petrol head fans will know that this is a fake anniversary because they did the anniversary in a 3-door, not a 5-door. But I don't care if people realise it's fake because I didn't put the kit on it anyways. I just think it just looks so cool, and personally, it being a fake anniversary and a 5-door, it's fine by me. So really, guys, this is actually quite a tidy car. I will point out a few things. There's some kind of marks, scratches on the bumper. This needs to come out and a repaint. A little crack there. There are a couple of signs of rust, but as you can see on camera, it's not visible, so I'm not going to show you yet. A little scuff on the mirror here from the previous owner. Obviously, as I said, the wheels need refurbing. Bit of water getting into that side repeater there, but I've got some new ones anyway. I just need to actually fit them. And I think the car, it's got a couple of dings, again, not that I can point them out to you because I don't actually know where they are. There's a little mark on the rear bumper just there, and I think the bumpers are actually fairly unscuffed. This mirror's fine, tiny little mark, and I don't think, there's a couple of light stone chips, but the previous owner to me didn't really drive it far anyway to work. tiny little mark on the bumper there, but other than that, the car is pretty much unmarked. Oh yeah, then there's a little thing that pulls out here to release the bonnet, and that's also on gas struts. A standard GTI thing, I'm not too sure. I say gas struts is actually on one, but let's show you under here and talk about the engine side of things. So guys, under here then is obviously the engine. We've got the 1.8T badge on. Unfortunately, it's missing a VW badge, but that's just how I bought the car. So yeah, turbo, 180 horsepower, blah 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 blah. When I bought this car, it's a bit weird service history. So I've got a handbook, I've got a service book with a few actual service stamps in it. But because the guy I bought it from, I actually know him, I work with him currently. He's also worked in the Motor Factor game, but for way longer than I have. Because he worked in the Motor Factor game, anything this car has needed, it's been done and paid for by him, obviously. It's had a recent cam belt, clutch bits, obviously been serviced regularly. Unfortunately, I've got tons of parts receipts. I just don't have like the labour stamps or the labour receipts to back up that the parts have been bought and fitted to this car. But obviously I've got the guy's word and I've got other people's word that know this guy, and obviously I'm going to continue backing up the service history of the receipts and everything that this car needs. So currently the car has got 100,000 on the clock. I think it's about 100,500. The car doesn't get used much in my ownership, and previous owner, he only went to and from work in it to the shop, so he kept the mileage down. I'm keeping it down, and yeah, so a low mileage 1.8T engine is what I'm trying to say. Oh, now I've closed the bonnet, I must add, my brother has literally just serviced the car as well because the oil was dirty. So service, shouldn't need for anything more but some tyres in the future, and yeah, she's a goer. So guys, onto the interior of this car, and it's a well-spec'd car, so let's go over it. So we have all 4 electric opening windows, electrically operated mirrors, we've got your VW light switch and the VW place. We've got the wiper controls. A cool thing about this is the wipers are on intermittent. There's a little control here to kind of do the timing of that. That is really cool. There's also, I really love it when cars have these, you can also make the dash lights brighter or dimmer. Love that. I had a couple of cars with that and I really like it. It's a nice feature. I've got the standard GTI wheel, leather wheel. It's not too on, to be honest. It's quite nice. And a big reason for buying an older VW like this is the dials of a night time, the blue numbers, red needles, blue and red combo. Oh my god, this car of a night time all lit up. I'll show a photo. Such a nice place to be. Oh, hi guys, how did you get over there? Oh yeah, I put you there. So just from the passenger side now, so we do have the rear demister, ESP control, whatever. So this car not only has heated seats, but most VWs have 5 settings of heat for your bum. So this is all on a little movable dial here. Another thing to note, VW plastics usually, and Audi plastics for that matter, interior plastics, are usually wear away. Now, because the guy I bought it from was a bit OCD, and I don't think he'll mind me saying that because because of his OCD, he's really looked after the interior. I think he wore gloves a lot, so all the buttons here are actually still all black. This car came with, which is something I always wanted to kind of upgrade my Abarths with when they came with a rubbish radio, but the previous owner has treated this car to a full touchscreen Pioneer system, so not a cheap one, but a Pioneer. Now this means with my USB cable, which you can see here, I've got Apple CarPlay, so such a great thing for me. So I've got Apple CarPlay, WhatsApp on there, all my music, and just touch and go. We've got the climate control here, the aircon works. Haven't had too many 6-speed cars, but this is actually a 6-speed manual, and all the dash is all nice and black. A couple of these plastics are a bit sticky, unfortunately. Look at this. Cup holders, and they're so good as well because they such a good use of space. That love those cup holders. Now these seats, so when I looked at the interior of the car, I kind of thought it was a bit boring and a bit bland, and I thought they're not actual proper sports seats. Now some of these cars have this exact seating, but they're Recaro, or some of these cars have leather Recaros. Now I'm pretty sure these are probably still Recaros, just without saying it. I don't know, they look very similar to the Recaro type, but I'm a bit of a curvaceous girl, right? But they do hold me in, and once you sit in these seats, they might not look it on camera, but we have got big seat bolsters and big bolsters on your back here, but they do proper hold you in. So I was actually very impressed upon owning this car and driving it, how good these standard GTI seats non-Recaro apparently actually are. Another nice little feature, you can see in the mirror there, they're kind of a blue tint to them, and also both the front door cards have got the kind of those lights in. Repping the Bad Bath South Coast air freshener in the car to still allow me to come to their meets even in a V-dub. Gear gator, the only thing that's looking a bit tired in the car, so we'll replace that. But other than that, you've got your little electronic fuel cap release, little cubby hole there, your drinks holders, your glove box. It's all pretty tidy, as you can see. So I doubt these seats were ever sat in by the previous owner and any occupants. So these are all like new. What was this cool little thing here I found? Oh yeah, really cool little coin opening thing. Oh yes, I forgot. Rear drinks hole. They don't even look like they've been used, do they? So yeah, loads of cool cubby holes. She says. How do you put that back? There we go. In the rear, we do have one rear mat. But other than that, unfortunately, I've had to I stole my Abarth mats out of the previous Abarth I had. So yeah, the VW is currently wearing, I think I've had a water spillage, so ignore that. The VW is currently wearing front Abarth mats, but it's just a little nod to my Abarth ownership. So being a much bigger car than my previous Abarths, let's say, hot hatches that I've owned recently, this car has got a much bigger boot. That is not connected, but it's just living in here for the sake of it. That is the oil we have just used, some remaining. We do have a little 12 volt there by the looks, don't know if it works. Don't know if there's actually a first aid kit there, but yeah, really big boot, which I can get much more stuff in it. Like I can place a subwoofer in there, which obviously I will hopefully get actually working and connected soon, but avoiding that, there's still plenty of room for lots of shopping. So guys, I'm really happy with this car, and as I said actually in a previous video, this car, I was never meant to buy this car. I never even knew it was ever going to be for sale, and I'd end up buying it. And I bought this at the time where I just got rid of my Abarths, and I had the Proton, so the Proton had to go quicker than I expected to be able to find the funds for this car. But I'm so glad all of this happened. Just goes to show everything in your life happens for a reason, a big motto that I stand by, and I stand here on the floor saying that because this car has entered into my life. A VW Golf GTI Mark IV was never on the want list, but very glad I've got it. And such a bang for buck car, because I only need a car for the weekends. I don't really do a lot of the weekends, and that's the reason why I got rid of my previous main car, my Abarth, because it was on finance. It was only getting used of a weekend and barely even used at a weekend. So the fact that I own this car outright, and if it just sits there, it doesn't bother me as much as a car on finance sitting there. And this is such better spec than my basic Abarth that I've recently come from, because it's got climate control, it looks much better, it's faster than the Abarth that I recently had, it's got heated seats, touchscreen radio. My Abarth didn't have that. So when I compare this car to my recent main car, which was the Abarth, this has got so much more going for it, such better spec, and it's from a 20-year-old Golf basically. So I think that's it really for this reveal video. I'm sorry if I haven't been as bubbly, it's just I'm a bit camera shy, and maybe I'm being a bit too serious in this video, but I'm sure the more I get back into YouTube, aka make more videos, I'll start to come out a bit more on camera like I perhaps was. Let me know what you think of the car in the comments below, if there's anything I should know about this car, anything you've noticed it has got or hasn't got, because as I say, I'm not a VW fan. I am a massive fan of this car. This is an unmodified example. The only thing it has got is the anniversary kit, which a previous owner didn't put on himself, and it has got a different air filter. I know these are highly modifiable cars, so I was kind of thinking about doing an induction kit down the line, exhaust, the wheels definitely need a refurb. This being an old car, it does have a few little imperfections, so I will make a separate video because I want to try and get back into making videos. So I'm going to make a separate video of like everything wrong with it and everything I like about it, hate about it, whatever. I am starting to get to more car meets now. Also, we're in a new year, and so have been taking this car out and about. Obviously, you guys just haven't known about this car. So although I've had it since September 24, I have not posted about this car anywhere. So now the secret is out. Obviously, my close friends know about this car because they've seen it and they know me. But now the car and the secret is out, I can start posting this car on my Insta and yeah, just kind of bragging about it a bit more. Such a bang for buck car. It is quick. I don't know why people slag these cars off, because I've owned a few hot hatches and I rate this, the spec, the look of this one in particular with the anniversary goodies on, and the seats and the interior. It's fast but then well specified, good specification is what I'm trying to say. So obviously there will be more videos on this car to come. Thanks to you guys that stuck around while I have disappeared off the face of YouTube, or the face of the earth. I appreciate you guys that wanted me to come back. But yeah, this is the start of hopefully more videos to come. Just bear with me. I might not be uploading once a week, but I am going to get into some sort of regular uploading schedule when weather depends, and I've got ideas and videos to film, obviously. Yeah, importantly, let me know what you think of the car below. Make sure to check out NF Plates website. They've kindly supported me, so if you want any plates, go and check out their website and use their discount code. And thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in another one. Appreciate the loyalty from you guys that have stuck around. See you in another video. I'm waffling. Bye. And the car didn't fail horrendously, I can't say horrendously.